Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is my third video for Panda Hall. In my recent unboxing you would have seen the beads that I played with previously. Now my last video is going to be working with this Chinese calligraphy classic paper binding notebook. Now this is like a type of a practice book for Chinese writing. Now if you used it for that you would write up and down like this. But I am going to have a play with this one in another direction. Alright, so all the product links for Panda Hall will be down below in my description box, including this product and the previous many beads that I got in the unboxing. If you haven't seen Panda Hall, go down below, go in and have a look. They've got oodles of things to look at craft wise, and they're all at great prices. They're great to work with and I love reviewing their products. So today we're going to review this calligraphy notebook. Now what I want to do with it, I want to turn mine into a travel notebook. And I want to go back in time in my travels around Australia with Dave, and I want to put some info in here. So what I want to do, I've also got a hand letter writing book that I'm going to just access as well, because I'm not totally familiar with that script, but I want to use it in this this notebook. So what I want to do is decorate the cover, and then on the inside, if you notice, each page is, it's like, what do you call it? It's sort of doubled up like this. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if people do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to slip a piece of paper just in between there, because I don't know how this is going to react with the products I want to use on it. So this is going to be a little, I don't know what you call it, just a sheet of paper that's going to go between, not between the pages, in the pages, just to give that page a bit of protection while I do things on it. Okay, so I want to decorate the front of it. This is beautiful. It's all hand bound and it's quite a floppy book, but the pages are just really lovely. The texture of the paper, everything. So I want to decorate this. So I'll put this, because I want to showcase this book, not the painting, I will put this part of it on quicker, video, until we get to concentrate on the actual notebook. So sit back, grab a cuppa, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, I've got my die pieces here all watercoloured that I want, and they're all Australian themed die cuts. and I've just used my watercolors just to get some to first put water on and then get the watercolor moving around in a nice way. So I'm going to set these aside now and work on the notebook. Okay, I've got my notebook here. I've got a piece of scrap paper just inside there because I want to protect, you know, the edges as well. And I've got some clear textured gesso, and I want to seal my cover with that before I lay down anything. Okay, that's all dry. It's added a nice little texture on there and it's clear, and I've gone ahead and I've put a little bit of distress ink on the edge of all these little watercolor pieces. Now what I want to do is get a bit of color down on here, so I'm going to use some of my oxides. I'm hoping that will nice. So I'm just going to get some colors down. Okay, I'm just going to let that dry and go on to the next step. Okay, now I'm going to put a stencil down. I really love this one because it just reminds me of like Aboriginal type designs. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of stamping on here. Okay, I've got my white pens and I just want to add a few details to this stencil. And then we're going to glue on our bits and pieces. Okay, I've got all the pieces stuck down and I discovered that I didn't have any seashells on here. So I've quickly cut a couple of shells and a seagull because we did a lot of beach combing when we went around Australia. so I added them, and I think they just top it off. So what I want to do now, I've penciled in travel notes on the front panel here, and I've got an acrylic paint pen, and I want to write, I've got to do this on an angle, but I want to write the heading for this. Alright, I love how this has turned out. Absolutely love it. Now I'm just going to take this out because that's just got really dirty. Okay, so that is the front finished, and inside, okay, I'm just going to pop a clean one back in here. A clean insert. Now I don't know whether they do this sort of thing, pop something inside, but I think it's a great idea because it's going to protect the next page, or the other side of the page anyway. Okay, so the introduction to this, I want it to say Travel Notes Australia. Now the conventional way of using this practice book is up and down like this because the Chinese write up and down. But this was where I thought, wow, I want to try something a little bit different and use this practice book in a different way. So I'm going to start at the beginning of our journey and go through this book and just add all sorts of travel notes and maybe a little sketch, maybe a little photo, just different things on each page. So these will just be little quick videos. They may even just be in my shorts or something like that, and it will be titled Travel Notes and Travel Notes Australia, something like that. And yeah, so keep an eye out for those little short videos. Now on the first page, what I want to write is just Travel Notes Australia, just something very simple like that, and I want to put a photo of me and Dave, maybe to one side or something like that, but I'll do that a bit later. But I'll just show you writing on this just to see how that all writes on, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, I've sketched out the word Travel Notes Australia, and I might use that same colour that I used on the front. Now I have one thing I've noticed straight up is use a soft pencil if you want to firstly trace your picture, because it doesn't like being rubbed out. Now I used a 2B pencil that's really soft. Don't use a hard pencil because I don't think it's going to tolerate being rubbed out very much. So, but that's okay. Okay, so that is my title page, and it did bleed through. Look at that. It did bleed through, so I am so glad that I put something on. Oops, I'll just leave that open. Something on the back of there. So I did get some bleed through. Okay. Now I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'll be back to stencil. Okay, I have a couple of stencils. Now this was the offcut of the Australia die that I had, and I've just put some tape around it so it makes it a little bit bigger. Well, I don't go outside that border. And we will show you then the whole thing. I'm going to stick this under a book so it just flattens that down more, and I might even cover the inside in here too, just to make it a little bit stiffer with something. But today that's my project. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at what I've done. This is the calligraphy practice book, Chinese calligraphy practice book, and it is from Panda Hall, and it's got all these gorgeous craft coloured pages, and they're originally designed to do writing up and down, but I thought I could use this way and write this way and just change it up and use it in a different way into a travel notebook. Now, I never got round to doing a travel note or anything like that, but we've kept all our info from our trip around Australia. So I'm going to start from the beginning and just start putting down lots of little memories, pictures, drawings, little words, a heading, whatever in this book. And it will then be a keepsake. So this is how I've used this little journal or practice book, and I am loving the results. I may even put something on the spine. I don't know yet. It will evolve over time, but this is what I've done with it. It was just plain blue like the back. It's been hand bound, and I have used my oxides to put color down, to stencil some of my white bits and pieces, to add dots, some of my stamping, and some of these gorgeous dies that just reflect some of the Australian flora, fauna, especially the shells. I can't believe I missed that in the beginning, because this was our whole thing. We actually beachcombed Australia, and it was awesome. So then I've put down stencils, I've put down stamps, I've written travel notes in the little gorgeous little what do you call it, label here that had little gold reflection, like little gold bits of paint on it, and it was just gorgeous. And I absolutely love how this came up. Absolutely love it. And then on the inside, I love the little drop pins. I think that's cool. A little touch to this, and the little location mark. It just brings it into our century, doesn't it? And then on the inside, I love how this has come up too. Now, not all my pages will have this fancy writing. There might be one word and then my own handwriting. So I had to concentrate really hard on this, because I haven't done this font for a long time. When I learnt in a different font. So, and then I've added these gorgeous stencils and a couple of stamps, and then I will print a picture of Dave and me and stick it in here. Now, just remember, if you order this practice book, you must put a sheet in between each of these pages that are doubled up, okay, like this, because my the pen that I used was an acrylic paint pen, and it did go through, it did bleed through. Okay, so make sure I will sit a new one in there so I remember each time, and when I put it away. But you must do that because you don't want it coming through onto the other side. If you like that look, go ahead. But then on this side, I could just concentrate on putting pictures, sticking pictures in, and then work on this one, and then this one I put pictures and work on this one. So I may do something like that. I don't know, it's going to evolve for me. But I just love how this has come up. I'm so excited, and to finally put some notes down to our travels. And look, thank you so much, Panda Hall, for giving me your products to showcase for you. I am loving this book. And look, yeah, I'd love it if you could follow along with my Travel Notes Australia. So all the links for Panda Hall will be down below. This gorgeous book will be down there, linked down below there, and I can't wait to fill it up. And if you have a look, there's a checkout code that you can use so you can get a discount off your purchase. So put that code in at checkout if you go in there, and it will link it through me, through Panda Hall, and you can get a percentage off your purchase. So look, I hope you've enjoyed watching this process today. I have absolutely loved doing this process, and if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, press that bell button to get notifications, and like and share. Make sure you do subscribe if you want to follow along with this book. And it may be in the shorts, it may be in a long video either. I'll put it up in the community page as well. Look in my community page because I do post things in there. Oh look, here's the, oh that could look cool on there. I might even stick him in there yet. Either him or the cocky. Who knows? Yeah, that could look cute. But you know, I'll add things like that through the whole book. And it's called a practice book, but I'm going to call it a travel journal. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon for a new make. Thank you again, Panda Hall, and take care, and bye for now.